how Russia was formed, and how it rose to prominence. Following the 13th century, Moscow burst forth as a dominant force, propelling the unification of Russian territories. In its early stages of political consolidation and expansion, Russia shared striking parallels with Japan. By the close of the 15th century, numerous petty territories encircling Moscow had merged with the Grand Duchy of Moscow, ultimately seizing complete control of its sovereignty under Ivan the Visionary, Ivan III. But what catalyst sparked this rapid ascent, and how successful would Russia be able to bridge the gap with the West, Islamic powers, China, and other global powers? Background: the heritage of Russia. Embark on a captivating journey back to 862, when the intrepid Varangians, Viking warriors, merchants, and explorers from present-day Sweden settled in the realms of modern-day Belarus, Russia, and Ukraine. These fearless adventurers established the majestic Kievan Rus' state and the illustrious principalities of Polotsk and Turov. Skilled traders, they controlled the vital trade routes connecting medieval Europe with the Abbasid Caliphates and the Byzantine Empire. As the Viking Age gradually faded, the influx of Scandinavians ceased, and the Varangians were harmoniously assimilated into the East Slavic culture by the 11th century, culminating in the remarkable Christianization of Kievan Rus in 988, the birth of a nation, unification of Russia. This epic tale is often referred to as the gathering of the Russian lands, or Rusland. It chronicles the journey of new states, such as the Principality of Moscow and the Grand Duchy of Lithuania, as they acquired former territories of Kievan Rus' from the 14th century onwards, claiming to be its rightful heir. Ivan the Terrible's transformation of the Grand Duchy into the Tsardom of Russia in 1547 marked a significant turning point. However, Fyodor I's childless demise in 1598 plunged Russia into a period of turmoil and civil war, aptly named the Time of Troubles. This era of unrest ended with the coronation of Michael Romanov as the first Tsar of the Romanov dynasty in 1613. For over 3 centuries, the House of Romanov ruled Russia, meeting a dramatic end in 1918. Let's delve into the context of Russian expansion and its thrilling journey towards claiming lands as far as the Pacific Ocean by the end of the 17th century. Isolated yet inspired, Russia's unique cultural blend. Secluded from Western influences due to treacherous terrain and interrupted trade routes with Lithuania, Poland, Sweden, and the Ottoman Empire, the Kingdom of Muscovy still heavily drew from its European heritage. The Russian Orthodox Church played a significant role in this cultural exchange. Meanwhile, the solution to Russia's vulnerability to the nomadic horsemen of Asia came from the West: the powerful cannons and muskets. With these innovative weapons, Moscow transformed into one of the prominent gunpowder empires, expanding its territories. Vast conquests and turbulent uprisings, the rise of the Russian Empire. Russia's daring westward expansion was hindered by the formidable Swedish and Polish armies, but its colonial ambitions flourished in the south and east, fueled by its advanced military technology. By 1556, Russian forces had reached the shores of the Caspian Sea. Meanwhile, fearless explorers and settlers steadily pushed east of the Urals, crossing Siberia, and eventually reaching the Pacific coast by 1638. Despite its hard-won military supremacy, the growth of the empire was fraught with danger of rebellion and uprising. The more territories it conquered, the higher the risk of unrest. Ambitious nobles threatened stability, while the Crimean Khanate, which sacked Moscow in 1571, remained a powerful foe until the late 18th century. The Poles, who occupied Moscow from 1608 to 1613, posed an even greater threat from the west. Final push amidst social and technological obstacles. A significant limitation was that despite adopting certain Western practices, Russia stayed technologically inferior and economically underdeveloped. Harsh climate and poor connections partly explained this, but so did severe societal flaws. the absolute power of the monarchs, the Orthodox Church's control of education, the corrupt and arbitrary bureaucracy, and the institution of serfdom, which made agriculture stagnant. Despite this relative underdevelopment, and despite the setbacks, Russia continued to expand, subjecting its new regions to the same autocratic rule used to control the Muscovites. Enough had been borrowed from Europe to give the regime the military strength to maintain itself, while firmly rejecting Western social and political modernization. Foreigners in Russia, for instance, were isolated from the natives to prevent subversive influences. Unlike other despots, the empire of the Tsars managed to survive, and Russia would eventually become a global power. Thank you for watching. Please like and share this video. Kindly subscribe for more intriguing videos. Lessons Untold. Relax, review,